Hello everyone, welcome back to Major League Gaming. We are now on part 12 of The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. So in my last video, I was able to hunt down all 10 of the large Poes that were roaming around the field. And now we are about to head over to Goron City, and as the Gorons actually need our help. Okay. Excellent. So, with that being said, I'm going to make my way over to Goron City right now, and we'll take care of business from there. Before we head over there, let's go and talk to the Master Carpenter first. He'll basically thank us for rescuing his men, and he'll say that they built a new bridge. Alright, yep, as you can see here, here's the new bridge. Looks more sturdier than the last one. Nice. Okay, so before I do anything else, let me go visit the House of Skulltulas. Let me make sure I got everything from these kids before we move on. Yeah, since we've taken out 50 Skulltulas, the last prize is a heart piece. We definitely need this for later. Alright, let's head out. Okay, before we head over to our next destination, I'm gonna get at least 2 blue potions for right now, in case of an emergency. I strongly recommend that you guys get potions before you take on the next dungeon, because these are gonna be vital for survival anyway. Zelda veterans may not need to worry about this unless of course, you know, if this game had a hero mode, then having blue potions would be more essential. While it's still fresh in my mind, let's go talk to Mido again. We're gonna let him know that we have helped Saria out in the Forest Temple. Unfortunately, she's not gonna really come back, though, because she's now a sage of the forest. In exchange, Mido will tell you that he made a promise to young Link that Saria had been waiting for him. And Saria, well, she really liked Link more than just a friend. Gee, that really is heartbreaking to hear, man. Thanks for being honest with them, Mido. See you around, buddy. Okay, back in Goron City, we need to stop the rolling Goron to let him know that we're here to help him. To do that, however, you need either bombs or bomb chew to stop him. I strongly recommend that you use bomb chew for this, because it's just a lot easier to stop him this way. The bomb chew will just go straight up to the Goron and stop him in his tracks easily. Keep in mind that if the Goron sees you, the Goron will turn around right away. And what do you know? His name is also Link, or whatever name you choose to name Link anyway besides his actual name. Once that's done, let's put our bomb chew away for right now and talk to him. Yep, this is basically Darunia's son. A baby Goron. Well, not really a baby Goron, but kind of. Well, whatever. You guys get the point, really. So basically what he's telling us right now is that Darunia, his father, is actually in the Fire Temple right now, because there's a dragon named Vavagia. I think I got his name pronounced right. I don't know. I could be wrong, though. Well, first he asked for Link's autograph, but it's not a good time for that, though. And if something if something's not dealt with in terms of the dragon, well, the Gorons will become food for the dragon as a warning to anyone who opposes Ganondorf. Let's talk about the dragon first. He's referring to a hammer that we're going to be getting in the next temple. Okay, he's calmed down just a little bit. Now we have to ask him about what happened to the Gorons. Let's do that. Yeah, so everyone has become prisoners in the Fire Temple. Sorry about my sniffles, guys. It's allergy season right now. Oh, man. Yeah, so as a warning, Gandalf will feed the Gorons to Vivagia to, like, warn people if they oppose him. That's what's going to happen, basically. And Darunia went to the Fire Temple by himself right now. Okay, once this is all done, the young Goron will give you the Goron tunic. Yeah, the Goron Zora tunics are not for young Link. And we now have access to Darunia's room and also the shop. Not that we really need it, of course. Anyway, let's go and put the Goron tunic on, actually, because we're going to need it in just a moment. Talk to the young Goron again, and he'll tell you a way to get to the Fire Temple for you. Huh. Let's go talk to the shopkeeper first, see how he's doing. Really, Navi? That was bad timing right there. This guy's lucky that he was left behind, though, because he can still run his shop. Yeah, there's really nothing in the shop that we need, though. Not to mention the fact that I'm actually low on rupees. So basically, what I did earlier is I got 2 blue potions and a blue fire for later. I'm not too worried about spending a lot of rupees right now because I know I can get it back easily. Okay, let's move up. Also, as a reminder to you guys, if you guys like what you're seeing, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help with the channel big time. I still stream... Oh my god. I still stream exclusively on Kick. So if you guys want to see me on Kick as well, I'll have a link to my channel in the description below for you guys. And here's Sheik again. Bolero of Fire. One of my favorite warping songs, actually. We will have to come back here later with young Link to plant some magic beans. Only after we take out the Fire Temple, though. Alright. We're ready to take on the Fire Temple. It's just right over here. We're just gonna go and drop down. I got plenty of heart containers, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, here we are, the Fire Temple. So once we enter the temple, we're gonna head over to our left. Let me take out that keys first. And once we get over here, there's Darunia. Yeah, so without having to mention it, Darunia is able to recognize you in your green tunic. And he also sees that you've grown up as well. While he wants to have a discussion with Link, like, as best friends or brothers, He says that Ganondorf is causing trouble on Death Mountain once again, only to revive a Vavagia as a way to eat up his people. Okay, so there is one thing about the Fire Temple that I should definitely mention. First of all, let me just tell you right now, this temple is my most favorite temple in the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. More importantly, though, the music, the temple's music has an interesting history behind it. So let me just put it out here right now. I grew up with the original version of the game when it came up with the N64. The music for this temple was a lot different. It had some Muslim chanting in the background. It was basically meant to give off that vibe that the Gorons were really crying for help before they met their demise with Vavagia. Unfortunately, that got changed later on because apparently people didn't really like that, and Nintendo had to change it to what it is right now. Since I mean, I'm playing this on the Switch too, so yeah. I'm not really complaining. I think this new version of the song is just fine how it is. But if you guys prefer the chanting in the music's background, I understand. I mean, I do too. But the new version of this isn't really that bad either. It still gives off that same kind of vibe, but just in a different way. Yeah, but you know, besides the music being changed and whatnot, I just love this dungeon completely. You know, you're rescuing the Gorons, you're basically going through hell to save the Gorons. So I mean, pardon the pun, really. All right, this is just a great temple to go through. Yeah, so there are some sculptures that we have to get here. That is for sure. In this room, the sculptures are going to be here. Watch out, because there's flying tiles over here that we have to... You can either hit them with your sword or block them with your shield. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you know, you can take these guys out however you like. However, when it comes to dealing with the like, watch out, because if it eats you, it'll eat your shield and the tunic that you're currently wearing as well. If you're wearing your Kokiri tunic, it won't take the Kokiri tunic, of course, but it'll take a shield and other tunic that you're wearing. So just keep that in mind. Once that's done, we're gonna head over to the other side, like literally on the other side of this room, because we have to make sure that we have enough keys to get through this place. These rooms can be missed easily if you're playing this game for the first time. I know this because I was actually there. I skipped these rooms. Oh my god, excuse me. Now, watch this. When a wall makes the sound, it means you can blast it with a bomb. All right, let's rescue this Goron over here, and we'll take the key. Every time you save a Goron, they're going to have a key that you can pick up from them, which makes beating this dungeon quite easily, even as a first timer. Yeah, so there's witches in the temple that we have to strike with the sword to activate, but bombs can also do the trick too. Okay, we have enough keys for right now, so let's go ahead and move up then. We're gonna head over to the right side of the dungeon right now and use a key to unlock a door. If you need to, you can take out the keys with your sword or either the sword, hookshot, bow. I don't really care how you do it. Just take them out before you move on. But I strongly recommend that you use your hookshot or bow to take out the keys that are sitting still, like these guys over here. Because once they start flying, it's going to be a lot harder. Okay, once they're out of the way, let's go ahead and push this block over here. This is going to become a platform that rises up with the guys are doing its thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we need to climb our way up here now. Torch slugs will always drop a magic jar for you. These guys are actually not too hard to take out. Just hit them with your sword and they're out. Just like that. Yeah, so these are the switches that the Goron was talking about earlier. If you drop a bomb right next to it, it'll activate the switch for you. Alright. Pull it back a little bit more so we can climb up. There we go. Excellent. Now, it's definitely possible to activate the switch using a bomb tube, but it's actually pretty difficult, to be honest with you, though. The trick is you have to align yourself properly to launch a bomb jar at the crystal switch in order to activate it. Okay, that actually worked out. Awesome. I don't really recommend doing that though, because like I said, it's definitely a lot harder than it looks. Anyway, enough about that. Let's move on. Okay, so this maze is quite complicated, so you'll just have to bear with me for this entire place. When it comes to making these kind of videos, if something is like not important for you guys to see in the video, I'll leave it out using OBS's pause button. However, if it's important, I'll leave it in for you guys. Of course, when I look through the video and wanted to share film more, which I use to edit my videos, I can always take like a much better look at it to see what needs to be removed. Okay, yeah, so there are a bunch of small keys here that we can get, and there's also a skeletal hidden behind a wall that we can blast open with a bomb. Yeah, so be mindful of the boulders that roll around here. I can here we are. I'm not sure if a boulder actually hits me, because I got plenty of heart containers as it is, so it's not that big of a deal, really. Alright, excellent. There is another Goron we have to rescue over here. Let's go this way. Man, these Gorons are just so cute, I swear. Okay. Yeah, so we should have like 2 small keys to use as of right now. One of the Gorons that we have rescued have already said that if you see a place on your map that you can't really reach, you'll have to use the Scarecrow song to get up to it. Use an arrow on the eye switch to open up this door. Keep in mind that your hookshot cannot be used on the eye switches. The bow and arrow has to be used for the eye switches if you see one. Okay, that's the map of the dungeon. Let's go out over here. In case you... Now, what I suggest you do, if you really need to, cast Forward's Wind in this room, in case you fall down the hole. However, if you're playing this on the Switch too, then you could just use the rewind function to, like, go back a little bit if you have to. I mean, it's there for a reason, so don't be afraid to use it. But just keep in mind, though, that the rewind function on the NSO classic games, it's not always going to be there to help you. It could be either a blessing or even a curse. I'm just saying through experience. Okay. Once we get up here, I'm going to go and cast Forward's Wind right now for a reason, which I'll explain in just a moment. Yeah, so that's where I can play the Scarecrow song. We're not gonna go up there just yet, though. I wanna take care of business down here first, actually. Let's blast this crack first. This will create a shortcut for us as well. Well, half a heart's not gonna really bother me if I lose like half a heart here. Yeah, this Goron is talking about creatures that are called flare dancers. They're basically the mini boss of this dungeon. He tells you to use a bomb to weaken the flare dancer before attacking its head. But I have a much better method of doing that, though. And that's to use the hook shot. Okay, so back up here. Let me take out this torch slug first. Excellent. There's another Goron we have to rescue right now. Whoops. God bless the rewind function, am I right? Anyway, let's step on the switch over here. Let's go help that Goron over there then. Yeah, but anyway, as I said before, be careful with the rewind function if you're playing this game on the Switch too, because it can't always save you. Alright, what's he gonna say? Yeah, this is the Goron that I was talking about earlier. Anyway, let's grab the key here and move on. Okay, so right over here, we're gonna go ahead and hook shot our way up. Oh, Scarecrow's gone. It's not a big deal. I can just play the Scarecrow song for it to come back. Okay, excellent. Gonna hook shot our way up here. Yeah, so this next room that we're about to go to has a gold skull waiting for us to nab. If you're 100% into this game, the skull is what you want to get. But you also want to make sure you also get the full upgrades for your Deku Sticks, Deku Nuts, bombs, Deku seeds, and even your arrows. And of course, you want to get all the heart containers too. Anyway, let's climb up here. That's one of the sculptures I was mentioning, by the way. Let's keep on climbing up over here. Okay, let's grab the Skulltula. Now there's a treasure chest up on top that has a huge rupee inside of it. That's worth 200. It's not really mandatory, but I can really use the rupees for later on if I really need more money for later. You never know. But be quick to nab it though. If you need to move faster, you can roll to get this rupee. Alright, that's it. We got it. Let's go back to where we were, using the suspend point we just made. Then we're gonna go back in here. Now, our next area is where that locked door is. Ignore these bubbles over here. We're gonna go over here, up to this room then. And we're gonna go straight ahead. Okay. In this next room, once we enter it, we're gonna head over to the right side at first to get the compass. Yeah, the room where we saw Darunia earlier is right where this pillar is right now. I'll get more into that just to... Crap, I didn't see that keys over there earlier. Yeah, so if you look down, that's the room where Darunia is. It's kind of hard to tell, but... Yeah, you could definitely see a good chunk of it. Yeah, so this is where the compass is going to be at. Let's go ahead and grab it first. I want to be able to see myself on the map. Okay, excellent. Now that we have the compass, we're going to go all the way on the other side. Whoops. I got cooked for a little bit there. Yeah, if you're wearing the Goron tunic, you don't have to worry about being caught on fire. But just be careful either way. Yeah, be careful. There's a bunch of fire traps around here. Okay, let me get my bombs out, because I'm going to need them in just a moment. We'll rescue that Goron in just a moment. We can't do it right now, though. Okay, excellent. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to memorize the pattern here before you step on the switch. Once you have this part memorized, go for it. Okay, one thing you should be aware of is that this door is fake. If you try opening it, it'll attack you, so don't do that. That's the real door right there. Let me make sure my bombs are maxed out for later. Okay, there we go. This room will have our first flare dancer to take out. There are 2 of these guys total in this dungeon that we'll have to deal with. Alright. Hook shot its head, then we attack its head, like literally with the sword. 2 jump attacks with the Bigwan's sword will cause it to get its body back. When it changes color, that means it's weakening. These guys are just fun to beat. And they're really easy to take out too. They're just fun to beat either way. Okay. So we have another crystal switch we will have to deal with. Yeah, I'm just using Bonji because I'm an expert with this game. I strongly recommend that you use regular bombs for the crystal switches in this dungeon, though. Bomb chews could be troublesome with these. Okay. Actually, you know what? Well, if you're playing this game on the original hardware, you may want to use Pharoah's Wind to create a shortcut in case you fall down this large hole over here. Step on the switch and run for the Megaton Hammer in that chest. Avoid the keys if you can. You don't have to worry about attacking them. And here we have the Megaton Hammer. We need this to rescue the rest of the Gorons in this dungeon first. Yeah, this thing takes 2 hands to swing it. So you can't even use your shield for this thing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna equip it over here, because I'm not gonna really need my Ocarina for the rest of this. Oops. I'm not gonna really need my Ocarina for the rest of this dungeon, so I'm gonna set it to Seat, and that's usually my Ocarina. Okay. You must use the Megaton Hammer for these pillars over here. In this room, take out the keys first if you need to. Once they're out of the way, use the hammer on this pillar here. It'll create some stairs for you to go down. However, you need a wooden box to keep the switch pressed. Don't throw these boxes because they'll break on impact. Okay. Excellent. Okay, I actually kind of lied about not needing my Ocarina. That's okay, though. So we're gonna go in this room. Yeah, rusted switches require the hammer to be pounded down. Whenever you see a block like this, you must use the Ocarina to move it. Once it's out of the way, get your hammer out and then press the switch down with it. This will rescue the Goron down here. Let's go talk to him. That's where the last Goron is, along with the boss key. We have to go there. we're gonna go there next, actually. Okay. We can use this block to get back up to where we were at earlier. Then we're going to use the hammer on the pillar that we just saw. It'll take us back to Darunia's room. Okay. The boss door is right on the other side. We can now access it. We have to get the boss key first, though. To do that, we have to go over here. Okay, this room is a little tricky to get through. It has torch slugs and fire keys. Use the hammer on the torch slugs to flip them over like you would a terrapin in A Link to the Past, and just slash them with your sword. You must take out all the enemies in this room to advance. Once that's done, let's move up. We're definitely gonna get this gold skulltula here. Don't let the light eat you. Likes will always drop rupees for you, so if you need more rupees, collect them. Alright, this is the last flare dancer we need to deal with. Let's take him out. Okay, excellent. Yeah, this chest is really not that important, but I'm gonna open it anyway, just to get the contents out of it. Whoops. It's just bombs, but I gotta make sure my bombs are maxed out anyway, so this is perfect. And the last Goron has been rescued. Yahoo! That's all the Gorons. Let's go ahead and open up the chest, and we're going to take on the boss now. Alright, here we go. Volvagia. Okay, so for the strategy here is wait for him to pop out and just hit him in the face with your hammer, like you would whack-a-mole. Once you do that, give him a good jump attack with your sword, and he'll go back down under. Get in a good position and try to hit his face with your arrows, if you can. Actually, wait, hang on a second. I wanna try something. Actually, hang on. There we go. Sorry for the rewind function, guys. I just wanted to like try something pretty cool if I could. Yeah, using your arrows on Volvagia can make this boss fight a lot easier for yourself. He's nothing but a skeleton now. Funny enough, if you try talking to Navi with him locked on, she's not going to know his weak point, but it doesn't really matter though, because I already know what his weak point actually is. Anyway, that's all said and done. Let's go ahead and talk to Darunia then. And Death Mountain is back to being its peaceful ways. Goodbye, Pink Cloud. Look how happy he is. That's like the cutest smile Darunia has ever made in this game. Okay, so there are some post-Fire Temple things that I must do first before I end this video, and then make some proper edits to it. There's really not a whole lot to edit because I've been using the pause button in OBS to make things easier for myself. So yeah, it just helps. It helps me save time with editing. Okay, awesome. We rescued the Gorons. Death Mountain is back to its peaceful ways now. Let's go back over here. There's a fairy fountain we need to see. Now, here's a cool trick about the Megaton Hammer. If you have the big Goron sword already and the Megaton Hammer, give the Megaton Hammer a swing, switch to your Goron sword, crouch, and then use the sword to stab these rocks. And break them like you would the Megaton Hammer. Yeah, so normally it takes like 2 hits with the Megaton Hammer to break the rocks. This great fairy is going to give us more magic power, which we'll definitely need for sure throughout the rest of the game. We have more magic power now. Yahoo! Okay. I'm gonna go and take out the Kokiri, the Goron tunic, I mean, because I'm not gonna really need it for a while. But it's there if I do need it later on. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go this way now. The more hearts you have, the longer you can stay in hot areas or underwater without the Goron or Zord tunic. The Megaton Hammer can destroy the regular rocks too, so you don't have to worry about using bombs either. Anyway, we're gonna go up here right now. There are some skeletons here that we could take out at night. The volcano will not erupt anymore either, which is nice. You have to make it nighttime for the skeleton to appear. There's another one next to Goron City as well. The next skeleton I was talking about earlier is right over here. Okay, let's go inside Goron City. We're gonna go talk to the Gorons and see how they're doing right now. The ones we just rescued are just gonna say the same thing over and over again. We can talk to the younger Goron and he'll think us even better. Let's go talk to him right now. The smaller Goron's gonna be right over here. Aw, that is cute. Okay, well, that's really it for this video, guys. So, in the next video, I'm going to return to Dodonga's Cavern to get the rest of the sculptures that we couldn't get with young Link. Then we're going to head our way over to Zora's domain again, because there's some business we got to take care of over there. Until then, this is Major League Gaming, logging out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.